Okay, so we had a little adventure today going to the bookstore. So I just wanted to go to the bookstore to just get in that environment again. I kind of took a break from buying books because I was mainly buying manga, and my bookshelf over here, which I'll show you. Do not laugh at how I just kind of stack things over here. But the bookshelf here that I have, yeah, don't look at that part, but yeah. That was the extra bookshelf that I had. It has a lot of electronics on it, as well as some of my books that I bought beforehand. But I wanted to go to the store, to the bookstore, to buy a new type of book, a new genre of book, instead of getting manga, because I already wanted to get into the thriller mystery category of books, but I just held off on it. So I went and I got The Housemaid and Tell Me What You Did. If you read any of those books, please put something down in the comment section. Let me know how they are. And if you thoroughly enjoyed them, I said thoroughly. Like, I don't even really use that word on a day-to-day basis. I don't understand. Whenever the camera comes on, I just start saying random stuff. Anyway, back to the point. So, I wanted the Housemaid book because I heard that series was really good. And I thought there was a way that you were supposed to read them, but when I looked on Goodreads, I want to say it is, they said that you can read them in this order, or you can just read them. But to really get a good sense for what the theme is, read it in the order of The Housemaid. I think it was The Housemaid's Secret, and then The Housemaid's Watching. I believe that's the order that you're supposed to read them in. But I've never read this genre of book before. Once again, in my life, I haven't really read that many books outside of self-development books. A lot of non-fiction books I've read, but fiction books I haven't read that many of. And then Tell Me What You Want. I got this book based off of a recommendation from one of the ladies that worked at the bookstore that I went to. By the way, I went to Barnes and Nobles. And I won't be going to the store to buy books that often. Maybe I'll go there to kind of read and get a synopsis, a breakdown of the book, look inside of it, see how the words are written in there, or how big the wording or the font size of the print inside of the books, so that way I can know whether or not I might want to read it. But yeah, the prices. These are way more expensive at that store than they are on Amazon, and this is why Amazon's gonna take over the world. Way more expensive, like 2 times the price. But I understand they have to get it shipped there to their store and inventory and all that other stuff. But I got my books. We had our little adventure for today. Now the real adventure starts, is getting into these books and reading them. Hopefully the book is so good that I won't put it down, and I'll go ahead and put a little bit of a review up on the book. Depending on how good the book is, will determine what I decide to do. Whether I decide to do a long review and a breakdown of the book, or if I decide just to do like a quick short review of the book. But I've heard so many good things about this, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting into it. And when the girl was describing this one to me, it just sounded really interesting as far as the whole entire premise of the book. Basically, a girl has this podcast where she has murderers on there, or people who've committed murder, on her podcast, and in the podcast they pretty much tell, like, or confess their murders. Basically, they confess their murders in the podcast, and then there comes one guy on there, and he looks familiar, and he confesses to her mom's murder, but she actually, I think it was, she murdered her mom, or she murdered the guy that murdered her mom, or something like that. I don't know, but it just drew me in once the girl had explained it to me, and I was just like, oh yeah, let me see that book. I didn't say let me see that book, but I was like, yeah, for sure, I'll definitely take a look at that book. But yeah, that's what got me into it. But yeah, all right, enough ranting and rambling on, but yeah, our little book adventure. Let me know what books you picked up recently. And if you actually read more actual hard copy books, or if you read on a Kindle, because I'm definitely thinking about getting a Kindle, especially with the whole manga series of books that I read. I can't, I don't have enough space for that. I would have to have a whole nother bookshelf in my room specifically for the manga series that I'm reading right now, which is Bleach, and any other long manga series that I would plan to get into. So Yeah, there we go. But, all right guys, I'll see you in the next video.